Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're not doing a review. This is not a review of the Chris Redfield figure from Hot Toys. Today what I wanted to do is just talk about Hot Toys and their use of rubber on figures. So I've been collecting Hot Toys since about 2009. Chris Redfield is one of the early few figures that I've picked up. I think one of my first was actually Hot Toys Dutch, which is a figure I'll come back to shortly. But this is the Chris Redfield figure. It's the first version. They came out with a second. But aside from that, I've had the figure since release, and I've had it on display since release. And I keep my figures in typically one of a few ways. One is I'll leave them on display in the details behind you that you see behind him. I also have another display cabinet and some shelving where I use individual figure cases like these. Let me show you what that's about. So you can put an individual figure in the case and seal them. And I actually had Chris in one of those for about a year, but mostly he was out in the details on display. And I've never encountered the rubber deterioration that I've heard of for years, up until about a week ago when I took him out for some pictures. And keep in mind, I took him out about a month or two prior to take some pictures of him, and he was fine. But the last week I came across the dreaded tear of the rubber. So he split. Sure, some questions you guys might have. Do you have his arm bent? What's your humidity and all that kind of stuff? I could tell you, when I got the figure, I did an articulation test about 6 years ago, and that was the last time I've actually posed him. I've left his arm straight just for that very reason, to avoid splits, because I've seen it happen and I tried to avoid it. So his arm was straight. You could see, I still even got the packaging part on him. One of the ways I collect is typically either mint in or mint out of the box. And I try to keep my figures as factory as I can, basically, just the way they come out of the box. They kind of go on the shelf without, a whole lot of futzing around. I don't pose my figures a whole bunch. Some, like these rubber ones, not at all. So that's it. I'm kind of perplexed as why they continue to use the rubber. One of the most anticipated figures for me is the Commando John Matrix coming out, and it looks to be like it's going to be using rubber arms. We've seen a lot of problems with the Gamora figure, and that's like within a month out of release. The Dutch figure I was talking about, I've seen a lot of people's deteriorate. I received mine upon release. I had it on display for about 2 weeks, and I had put it back in its box and left it there for years, until about a year or so ago when I pulled it out and did a mini review, and I left them in one of those sealed cases. After what happened with Chris Redfield here, pulled him out of the sealed case. He's still in mint condition. I put him back in his box and sealed him away. But should Hot Toys continue to use rubber? And of course, we know why they do, because it is the best look in some cases for figures. No visible joints, highest realism. But is it worth it? Is it worth having a figure that has only a limited lifespan on your shelf that will look the best it can? Or would you rather have a single jointed elbow with hard plastic and you could display it forever? I for one, I'd rather have the single joint, because I've had this figure, and I still really like it. It's an awesome figure from a game I really like, from a franchise that I really like, and it's bumming me out. You know, like I said, I'm a mint in, mint out of box collector. Now I'm annoyed with the figure because I'm thinking, do I want to keep it on display? Should I just do a body swap? All of that. But the topic of this discussion is really, is it the right choice for Hot Toys to continue with this rubber? I say no. I say don't do it anymore. And if you're going to do it, find a material that's not going to do this, because we do pay a lot for the figures. And it's a shame when stuff like this happens. I mean, sure, I can do a body swap. I can maybe try and do a fix on it, but the figure will no longer be mint. Some people may not really care about that, but, you know, everyone collects their own way. And being that I take excellent care of my figures and they fall apart anyway, it's discouraging. So in the comment section below, post your thoughts on it. Have you had a figure that this has happened to? Do you think they should continue with the rubber for the best look, or go the alternative route and do joints in hard plastic? So that's it, guys. Just a quick little discussion video on Hot Toys rubber and my thoughts on it, and I'd definitely be interested to get your thoughts. So until next time, guys, as always, thanks for watching.